next one we have the Atlanta Falcons going on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be a fun one here. It's like, the Jaguars, they kind of had a disappointing loss there again. It was like a 20-point loss, right, against the Houston Texans. Uh, but the Falcons too, like, not the best offensive showing, not the best offensive showing. So kind of two negatives that are coming in here, but it's going to be in London. I know the Jags don't have the best record in London. I think they're 1-4 if my stats are here correct. I think they'll rebound. Hopefully they can tackle a fullback on a kickoff. I don't know if anybody saw that. That was pretty bad. So I think that they'll rebound. This is the difference maker. I think having good coaching or at least solid coaching, like a Doug Peterson, right, getting to the heads of the players a little bit there off of this disappointing loss to the Houston Texans, who are definitely seem to be a pretty legitimate team now. But yeah, I think they take care of business. I think the defense gets to Ridder some. I think the Jags, they have the talent to stop the run, which we know that the Falcons are going to try to be doing here. So I think they'll be trying to force Ridder to be passing a little bit more than he willfully wants to. And I think that's just kind of how the game will go. It's that the Jags are, -3. That's a tough one to say. I'm not sure if I'd place a bet here, but yeah, I got the Jags winning here.
Yeah, this one's tough, man. This one's really tough. Both teams kind of playing, uh, to different standards than we probably would have expected on each side for the good and for the bad. Falcons definitely came back down to earth last week. It's like the first time I think their rushing attack was just completely, neutralized. Looked like Bijan Robinson had some struggles. Algier didn't really do a lot on the ground. Desmond Ridder, I mean, if he doesn't have that going for him, I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of him kind of having respectable stats at this point. So hard to know what to make of the Jaguars at this point. I mean, played the Chiefs really tightly, had a pretty big road win against the Colts to lead it off. I didn't really think that was going to be as close as it was, but still prevailed there. And then they just have this really strange kind of beatdown against the Texans, who still haven't established any sort of running game. So it was kind of like, you know, is it against the pass, or do they struggle against the pass? Like if we see them go against the Falcons, who have more of a rush heavy attack, are they going to be prepared more or less for that kind of game on the defensive side of the ball? Offensively, Houston, I don't necessarily think they have a great defense either. So it's kind of like, why did they only put up 17 points? They've got a slew of different weapons. I mean, Trevor Lawrence is supposedly, at least as of right now, probably like a top 10, quarterback in the league and stuff. So it's kind of confusing, to be honest with you. They're playing very uneven football, and man, I don't know. This one's really tough for me. Like, I would consider them the cream of the AFC South, but I'm struggling here. I'll go with them. I'm going to go with them here. I'm going to go with the Jaguars. Reluctantly, I don't really see this one. You know, I see this one being very tight. That's all I'll put it as. I see this one being very tight. I think it's kind of a coin flip at this point between these two teams, and yeah, I'll just reluctantly take the Jags.
Yeah, I mean, it could just come down to like, who makes the most mistakes, right? In terms of like turnovers and such. Falcons have been pretty disciplined in terms of the turnover differential. I think they're +2 here. Jaguars +1. So, they've been on the positive sides there. But yeah, I think that'll come down to that. Bates has been really good. I think he's had 3 interceptions so far this season. So, if he can catch a ball from Lawrence there sometime, that could be a difference maker here. So yeah, it's really going to come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes, right? Go figure. So
Yeah. Plus, AJ Terrell's been kind of locking it down as well in the corner. So if he's got Ridley, maybe this is a bigger Christian Kirk type of game, or if Zay Jones is back, maybe he's involved a little bit more. Travis Etienne's been like gobbling up yardage and catches and all sorts of stuff on the ground, in the air. So maybe that's another weapon for Lawrence. Jaguars are definitely more dynamic, especially on offense. Defenses, I think they're both, you know, um, maybe not the best units in the league or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think logically it's like I just want to pick the Jaguars, but based on like momentum and what's been happening so far, it's kind of hard to read them.
Yeah, for sure. Jaguars, yeah, they've kind of like just I don't want to say like lucked into victories. They kind of just like rolled into some victories here and there, but I still have them as the favorite, I guess, in their division, but they just haven't been playing up to kind of what their potential can be. So who knows exactly what's going to happen, but yeah, I think in this case, Jaguars for me makes the most sense. But yeah, 1 and 2, against this Texans team, that was definitely a bad loss there. Chiefs, it's the Chiefs. Granted, they only scored 9 points there, but then yeah, against the Colts, that was an expected victory, from a quarterback in his first start. So now, yeah, against the Falcons, who they've kind of they've shown a lot of great effort. Their defense, I think, a lot of people maybe underestimated some, and they've really been performing really well. But yeah, it's hard for me to I guess go for a team that's really that reliant on the run game and one dimensional in that aspect. And I just think that maybe the Jaguars have enough personnel to get those stops and make Ridder, a passer, try to like lead his team for a comeback win in the fourth quarter when everybody, like all the pass rushers, are just trying to get to him and kind of make that team one dimensional there.